Nevada. Today is May 1st. It's opening day of shed season. My buddy Sean and I came out and froze our buns off last night. Out here on the mountain. We got out at about 2 o'clock in the morning, right? Yeah, we had a little bit of a detour, a little bit of a learning experience. Built the plot a little bit. That means we went the wrong way, right? Essentially, just finally pulled into where we wanted to be at 2 o'clock in the morning. It's a little after 6 now. The sun's coming up, it's kissing the earth, and the jet boils are boiling over with coffee. Whoops. Multitasking, and we're gonna grab some grub and hit the mountain. So we're hoping for a good kickoff. There was a bunch of bulls in here recently, and so we're both a little excited and didn't really sleep as good as we could have because of that excitement. So anyways, now's your time to be famous. Anything fun, crazy you want to say?
No rest for the wicked, stay in school.
Classic. No rest for the wicked. All right. May 1st. Shed season opener here in Nevada. Man, as I talked about earlier, we had a late night. We didn't get to, we were gonna camp until 2 o'clock this morning and got up at 6. And it's cold, really cold, so I think I underestimated how cold it was gonna be, but low 20s last night, and always makes it a challenge to get out of the sleeping bag in the morning. But Sean and I are up. We're pumped to be out enjoying our public lands, looking for shed horns. There's been a few other people we've seen coming in behind us, which is why we wanted to be up here and somewhat kind of claim stake to an area, right? But there's a fresh snow on the ground, as you could probably see, and unfortunately this little flat that we're in, right at the base of a wilderness study area, has ATV tracks all over it. And we actually just saw a guy come up 2 ridges over from where we're at now on his ATV. Could be the same guy, I don't know. But man, don't be that guy. Don't be out before the season opens, cheating, robbing the rest of us from an opportunity, those of us who follow the law. It's just not cool. But nonetheless, we're not going to sweat it. We're going to have a heck of a lot of fun and start pounding the mountain. And I think I may have just found my first shed. Hey-o! On the board! Huh? It's a bull. As they lay. Hold on a second, let me see. I was just videoing a little intro, man. Hey-o! Alright, hold on. Let me get this pickup. Just a little guy. Hard white too. Look at that cool guy. Yeah. I don't know. First shed of the year, guys, for me here in Nevada. Man, look at that thing. Is that cool or what? I've never seen a bull like that. That is just, that's crazy. How cool is that, guys? You know what's even funnier about that? The guy's ATV tracks are like 20 yards away. God is good, my friends. God is good. I just came over the top of a bad climb in my main man. Looky here, looky here.
You betcha. Days off. Jared's spot. Lit up. He's a beamy sucker.
Yeah, buddy.
His other one, which is right here. I mean,
yeah, give him a turn.
young bull. There's genetics there for days.
Look at that whale tail.
Right, and he mass on that back end all the way through. He doesn't
Hell
really
yeah,
peter
buddy.
out.
Ha
You bet.
My man.
You bet.
Yeah.
How's your back?
Dude, I'm doing good. Oh, so I'm actually glad I ran into you right here because I noticed when I thought I found a brownie on the other side, so I had to go set up my tripod and look.
On the other side?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And it wasn't, but when I was coming up this ridge, I started seeing a difference between cow sign and bull sign.
I could smell.
Yeah.
I think a cow and a calf or something been up through here. There's a bigger set and a smaller set with.
Yeah.
You could smell them along this ridge, but it's all chewed up right along through here.
Yeah, let's get some of this.
You bet. Oh man, I was so tickled to death. I was like, found his one side, and I turned around, and all I could see was this side. I go, that's a really rich brown piece of safety.
Yeah, yeah.
And there goes.
That's what we're here for, guys.
You bet.
Out enjoying
No quads up here.
our public land. No quads up here.
Poster stay down there.
Yeah. On the board.
On the board, many more. Here we go.
Yeah, buddy.
Yeah.
So I'm just coming to a saddle here, and I just get geeked out when you see a big elk rub, you know, and just this one lone Junie or kind of out by itself. I'll show you here. Right? There's just sticks just thrown everywhere. There's just a mad bull in here. Really mad bull, but yeah, check that out. How cool is that? How cool is that? Right? Yeah, there's just stuff thrown everywhere. He was angry at the world. Holy crap, look at, yeah, right at the base. No joke. I didn't even know it was there. Yeah, buddy. Yeah, dude. Number 2 for me. Let's see. Let's get the pick up. How cool is that? He's broken. I was actually just getting ready to sit down and glass this little saddle here. Check that out. Oh, he's broken. Looks like he's been there a year. That's kind of cool to think that the big old bull rubbed this tree standing on top of an antler. How sweet. I love it. Number 2. All right, so it's been a little while for an update, and we've had quite a dry streak last couple hours, and pushed up really high, got snowed and cliffed out, and lost all the sign. So we dropped back down below these cliffs, and we're just gonna start gridding. I still think we're up above where the guys on the 4-wheelers were coming in, but so I think that there could be stuff in here that they've missed, but we're gonna just kind of grid around and quit climbing vertical for a little while. We did a solid 5-hour uphill push, which is great and all, but I had hurt my back a couple weeks ago. I'm currently wearing a back brace and taking it easy and not in a hurry and watching my steps and being careful, but I definitely have a little bit more fatigue because I'm not using my normal stride and kind of favoring my back. So just taking her easy, and man, it's been tough. It's been about 4 hours since we found anything, and so we decided to cross canyon. We were way over in this canyon behind me and just hiked over and up and down, and I just sat down on this outcropping and started glassing, and I can see a brownie elk shed. So see if you can take a look at the phone cam adapter. You know, that's such a cool tool, right? Because it's universal, and so I don't have to carry my big heavy spotting scope up here when we're hiking, you know, a whole bunch of miles. I can put it right onto my Nikon 10x42s just as much as I could my spotter. So works out pretty cool, really cool tool, and like so many of you, I really like to digicam and phone cam or whatever you want to call it. And anyway, just cool tool. So I'm waiting on Sean to get down here and go pick him up, see if we can match him up. So I'm curious how you guys like the footage with my new camera. This is the GoPro Hero 7, and I've kind of built a little vlogging rig with it. I bought a really inexpensive plastic case that's got a built-in microphone adapter holder, which is one of the notorious problems with GoPros. You can't just plug in a mic. Gotta have their GoPro adapter, but it all works. And I got a little Rode Video Mic Go, I believe is what it's called. But I did some testing with it, and I was thoroughly impressed. Looks like I'm flipped out. I was thoroughly impressed with this new hyper smooth technology that GoPro is offering. Not quite a gimbal, but my testing, it seems pretty close. So I was just curious to know your thoughts on how the footage looks, and if you don't like it, and maybe you have some tips and tricks of how to make it better. Different settings. I'm currently filming in 2.7K at 24 frames per second. Linear mode, not wide angle, and a couple other settings I can't remember off the top of my head. But anyways, if you have some tips, comments, I'd love to hear them and see what you do or what you use. I didn't really want to use the cell phone anymore, not because it doesn't do a good job, but because it's shaky and the audio quality is not that great. So I'm hoping this is a wise investment and a better opportunity or alternative to the iPhone for me. So anyways, give me your comments, let me know what you think about it, and we should be getting pretty close to this brownie, and I'm hoping I can match him up on this little finger ridge right here, and get my first Nevada matched elk set. All right, I see him. Yeah, I see him. Looks like a little guy. Just a little wee guy. But that's cool, we'll take it. So let me set the camera up so you can see him and see what I saw when I glassed. It was his little pedicle sticking up. All right, here he is. 5-point. That's cool, right? I'll take that. Looking for those great big ones like everybody else, but you know what? I will take it. This is my third of the day, and hopefully many more to come. Way cool. All right, everybody, so Sean and I got back to our camp and took a little power nap, took the boots off, got some fresh air, and we're headed back out in the same area again. We just moved a couple bridges over. We had split up on the way back to camp, and Sean took a different little line than I did, and he picked up the match to my 5-point from earlier, and found another set, a 6-point set, and with one side being broken. But it was all down this lower country. So we're just gonna do a quick loop here before dark, kind of running on fumes. Well guys, the sun is going down on day 1 here, May 1st in Nevada, and man, I can't say how great of a day it's been out here with Sean. Such a good man, and we put on some miles, and still quite a ways from the pickup, and it's definitely getting cooler, and the wind's picked up again, and it's getting cold. But man, how privileged are we to be able to come out and do this? Just really incredible. So we're kind of in some new country tonight, and not seeing as much elk sign, but a beautiful sunset, so I guess it's all worth it. And anyways, I'm gonna make my way down and see if I can't maybe scoop something up before it gets completely dark, get some dinner, and go to bed, because we got about 3.5–4 hours sleep last night. But rugged country, and it sure is pretty. Really, really pretty. All right, finally off the mountain, down these flats, and I think Sean just glassed up a brownie. I saw him take a little detour down here low, and I'm pretty sure I seen a big old white base across his shoulder, so should be linking up with him in just a second. Man, he's been killing it today. Definitely earning. You peckerhead! I said, you peckerhead! Really? Well, I was kind of trying to layer, you know what I mean? It looks like a pretty good shed. Yeah, that's good. I'll show you. Look at that.
Got all the right things in all the right places for a good bowl someday.
Heck yeah.
God, he's heavy.
Yeah. Look at that.
You bet.
Sean and I had a pretty decent day yesterday. Or I should say, Sean had a decent day. I think he ended up with 6 or 7 elk sheds and 1 small 4-point mule deer set. And I ended up with 3 elk sheds. So, total of 3 sets total yesterday. And we've moved and looking at some new country. All right, so Sean and I glassed this whole face for 45 minutes from 2 different locations and didn't turn nothing up. Only thing I found was a bed of doe right inside a tree line. But through hand signals, we were able to communicate that we're gonna go up the other side and get on that dividing ridge and kind of work the tree line, and maybe these bulls shed in the tree line versus out here in these burns, and I don't know. All the sheds we found so far have been out in the open, but I'm sure that there's some right in the tree line, so it's a big climb to get up this next ridge. It's a big part of the mountain, so we're just gonna take it easy and make our way and have good thoughts and wishful thinking. But just got up on this ridge. It was a good hike. started to see a whole lot of elk sign right when I got towards the top, and so I sat down and wanted to look back into the south-facing slope in between all the trees, see if I can find a shed or two, and happened to look across the canyon and caught some movement, and there's a big herd of cows and calves, which is kind of cool. It's always great to see them, you know what I mean? And so I'm gonna hang out and eat an apple and glass and wait for Sean and make a game plan, see if we can't turn something up. There's some really big bulls where we're at, and we just gotta find that pocket. But it's a beautiful day, so pretty cool to see. Pretty cool to see the elk. I'll go ahead and insert some phone cam footage right after this. They're a long ways away, and I'm looking at them only through my 10x42s, my Nikons, which make for really good footage. It's just a long way. So anyways, take a look at the cows and see what else I can turn up. Hike for me sucked. 4.2 miles for about the last 5 hours, and I didn't find a damn thing. Tons of elk sign, tons of it. I seen some elk, seen a doe, beautiful country, and I didn't find squat. All right, guys, I've hiked all day long, and I finally just picked up my first shed. It's windier than heck. Well, I haven't picked him up yet, but he's just a little bitty feller. First deer shed I've personally seen. Guys, man, I had to come over this ridge. and get out of the wind. On the other side of that canyon, holy smokes, it's blowing. It's got to be 40 miles an hour. And I just stopped and looked underneath this cedar, and there's an old shed that looks like it would have been a heck of a nice buck. I'll show you that. Oldie. Look at this whole thing. Yeah. That would have been a cool buck to find, but you know what? Beggars can't be choosers. These are the only two sheds I found all day, and I've covered a lot of miles, so I'll gobble them up. Dogs will chew them up regardless. These old ones, so it feels good to pick something up though, for sure.